I reckon there's an absolute shit ton of dealers out there, even now, that have got themselves into a pickle, and the pressure comes on at Christmas time anyway, and it's that jump to be able to go, have I fucked up here, and ask somebody for help that they think might know. And believe it or not, like there's 110 motor dealers in Plymouth. If any one of them rang me up, whether I don't really have beef with anyone in the local area. I try to be as much of a grey man as I can and do my own thing. But if someone rang me up and go, look, mate, I'm absolutely fucked. Like, is there any way that you can help me or give me some advice? I think whatever part of the country you're in, I think we would give them the advice and say, look, mate, cut this down, do that. I'll help you with that, whatever. I think we would genuinely do that. We're not, as much as you laugh at people and go, oh, I want to see them fail. We don't. Nobody wants to see somebody else fail because it's not just them. There'll be other people relying on them. You know, we want them to do okay. And if they are struggling, just put your hand up and go, do you know what, mate? I'm in trouble. I need some advice. And the chances are there's somebody out there that has got some advice. They won't know all of it. Like, none of us know all of the answers. But at least we've got something to give, I reckon. You know, or we've experienced what they're going through now, and we can give them our take on it and what we would do differently.
9 times out of 10, you know the answer. You just need to hear it from someone else to give it justification.
100%.
Yeah, like buy more car parts.
Like, oh, I'm spending 4.5 grand a month on Auto Trader, and I wish I'd had the forethought to cancel it for this month. Yeah, James hates it, but yeah, I agree, and I'm figuring every way I can to get away from it.
Do you know, I done that. I done it in October. I thought it's gonna go dead December. I want to cut it down anyhow, and I cut it, but I only learnt from that because I made the same mistake last year. I thought if I could just cut the package down so it goes, you know, we're going to save about 800 quid this month just by not having Auto Trader, as many slots on there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it. And if we can share all this information...
I was tempted to knock it on the head completely and save myself... I was tempted to completely stop it and save 4.5 grand for that month, because I know we're not going to sell many. Like, why just keep pumping money out if you know you're probably not going to sell anything anyway?
Mm. That's a good idea.
Just do it.
Actually. Could you
do
that?
Do it.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, you can pause it and start it whenever you want.
Go on.
It's too late now because we're into December, so I won't be able to pause December. I wish that's why I said I wish I had the forethought to do it
Set
before.
a reminder in your phone next year when it gets to September.
Well, no, like maybe July and August. Knock it on the head in July and August, and then put 50% of what you're going to spend into another platform. I'm not going to suggest what the other platform is, but just 50% into something else and see how it goes.
Yeah.
That, and you can't lose. I genuinely believe you cannot lose. Like I obviously I follow all the other stuff, and I've took a belief out of Sheik's book, and I signed up with Car Gurus, and everyone has ripped them for years and years and years and said they're dog shit, it's fake leads, it's rubbish. It's performed better than all of my platforms apart from Facebook. It's been amazing. All right, and Dougal from Ireland, because obviously they're an Irish company owned in America. You know, you have this wonderful phone call with this leprechaun chap. He's all excited about it, and I'm like, oh, this sounds so wrong. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go, because they did a 6-month package, and it's been amazing. Like, it's genuinely, and they send you all the stuff, like, so they can't lie about like whether it's real or not.
Yeah.
Because I think they've obviously had so much shit in the past about them being a lie. Basically, they go, well, there's the data. Do as you wish with it. And they've been really good for me, and it's £10 a car per month.
That's it. 10% the cost of Auto Trader.
We sold 7-8 cars off the back of them last month, and I can't fault that at all. So. That was a really, really, really good investment. Whether it will carry on being a good investment, I'll monitor it. But initially, when I signed up with them, they were superb.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worth trying these things. But you've got a very different stock profile, I guess, than certainly Dave, and probably from me.
I sold an overage car that was well overpriced as well. That was one of them. One that I wouldn't have normally sold. So it's not, you know, it's all madness, all of it. And like I said, if we had the magic formula, we'd all do it ourselves and we'd all use the same one. But it's just trying some new things. And I saw what the other guys were doing. I thought, you know what, I'll have a little dabble at that, and it worked. Just like you need to have a dabble at cancelling Auto Trader.
Yeah, I certainly want to cut it right down. I still would like to have the data, that's the thing. So it's still going to cost me 700 quid a month. I'm never going to get rid of that, I don't think. And I know you hate the data, but I need it for other reasons anyway.
It was moaning yesterday about, like, they had a car. Was it Theo? And he was just like, "Oh, I had 5 cars that were in good price, and I woke up this morning and they're all in like fair price." He's like, "What am I supposed to do here?"
Do you know the really funny thing about that, though? Do you know partly why that is? So
They were from you?
I had yeah. Well, I had 4 Dacia joggers. I sold one myself. I sold 2 to Theo, and Theo had them up for sale at, like, I don't know, good price or something. Then sold one to Sheik, and it went up there. And Sheik, I said, "Oh, I think it's like 14 grand." Sheik's like, "No, I'm going to stick it on at 13." And Theo's like, "Fucking hell, don't put it that cheap. You're going to cut the legs off me," sort of thing. And he did. And then obviously his cheap one has affected Theo's, so Theo's now looks overpriced.
No, and that's all. And that's all because of that shit pricing system on Auto Trader.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know that's it for sure, but he was looking. He did a retail check, and it shows you the competitors, the same car, and there's the other one, and Sheik's is there, like being like at like 95% or something, and Theo's trying to be at 101%.
The thing with Auto Trader is, you know, we've got this Golf GTD. We've had it for about 3 months now, and then last week, within the space of 2 days, we had 3 people book appointments to see it. So that's what I can never get my head round, is you'll have nothing for 3 months and then 3 viewings. It's so annoying. What are you meant to do?
People say car gurus are fake, right? And it's fake leads and whatever. But the one thing that really bothers me about Auto Trader, if you paid for it and it worked 100% and it was just consistent, paid out in the sense of, like, you got the returns on them, people viewing your cars and stuff, great. But like you said, Dave, you'll have nothing on it, then all of a sudden you'll have a massive influx of like 6 or 7 people on one car. And that's not just it suddenly become popular. That's something to do with algorithm. That's something about how it's being displayed to people. It's not as simple as suddenly everyone's decided they want, you know, a BMW 335D. It's just been put in front of them by Auto Trader. So why aren't they doing that all the time? And why are you're paying full whack for something, but you're probably only getting like 10% of the limelight, do you know what I mean? Because they're having to put these other people in, or whatever it is, I don't know. But it's like, it's not just simple coincidence, is it?
By putting like videos on, like using all the tools that they give you, do you think that helps the algorithm?
I don't know. We do it, and we haven't been soaring or whatever, so I don't know. Do you know what I find? Why is it? James is going to sit down there smug, and I'll probably be tempted to turn his camera off so I don't have to look at him.
I'm not being smug. I'm allowed to call you a knob. Like, it's not that. It's, you know, like, you're sucked in by you're sucked in by all of it, and you're like, "Oh, but I need it. I need it." You're like a crackhead with like Auto Trader. You should have a picture of it, like you with a Auto Trader sign and a fucking Auto Trader crack pipe. That's what it should be.
Well, the thing is, it does get you results, but whether is it worth the money that you pay for it? Probably not. Not unless it's working really well. But what I can't get my head round, Dave, is that I'll keep seeing people talking about Auto Trader on like the dealer groups and stuff, and the amount of people who are like, "We sacked it off 10 years ago, we sacked it off 2 years ago, whatever," and they're all like, "It's the best thing we ever did." And I'm like, why can't I just do it? I think while it's quiet, maybe now is the time, because then you're just like, but you always just feel like you're losing out, don't you? Because you convince yourself it's the best platform. Everyone agrees it's the best platform. You feel like you're missing out by not having it, but it's just so damn expensive.
Is it the best platform though? Like the reason you've decided it's the best platform for you because you absolutely love the data, and they know that you fucking love it. They know you love it. They know you sit there and you open up your little portal, and they encourage you. The reps come in and they encourage you. Go on the portal. Look at the data. It's fantastic. You'll be able to know all of this. Remind me again how well your red Range Rover is performing on Auto Trader.
Probably very well.
Yeah.
Very well.
I've still got it.
But you still got it. Like,
But James, what about all the traders we have on the Mentors podcast that are starting out and they struggle to sell cars because they've not got it on the right platforms? Weirdly, when you first start trading on Auto Trader, it helps you sell cars. But then when you get to like mine and Joe's level of like 50 cars, you're still selling like cars, but you're not selling as many as you want to, like when you do in the beginning. Do you know what I mean, Joe? Did you find that? Like, I know when I first started, I sold 20 cars in January on like a 12-car package one year. No, we've got 36 advertised here, and we sold 20 last month. Really, we should have sold 30. You know, what it drives me insane.
Don't get me wrong, like it is a good platform. I fully respect it. They know exactly what they're doing. They're an excellent piece of the market. All the big dogs, they've all got Auto Trader, but that's because they have to, because they're so pushed up against the wall for margin. Like, if you can put yourself in a position where you don't need them, you will do better. And like, I know these people sit there and they go there on the group dealer chat and they're like, it's the best thing I ever did. It is the best thing you ever did, because having a £6,000, £7,000, £8,000, £9,000 a month direct debit is the biggest direct debit out there. It's 9 times more expensive than insurance. You could afford to have 9 brand new Range Rover Sports on finance every month for less than your Auto Trader package. And do you really see a massive difference in sales? Well, I haven't touched it since 2017. Last month we did 44 units. You know, and I don't have Auto Trader. All of my advertising combined on every single platform is still, it would cost a third what Auto Trader would have. Just the Auto Trader. So it's up to you whether you want to be brave. Like, I don't need to talk to you into it. Like, yeah, if you were just starting and, you know, when we're talking about this £50,000 thing, there's no harm in doing the single adverts on Auto Trader, because they actually perform better than the package ones. And there was a chat, I'm sure there was a chap that came on one of your podcasts the other day that was chatting away about, he had a normal standard package, and he went on the internet. He was like, I can't see any of my cars. He's like, no, but you've got to have the Premium Plus, which is another £3,000 a month. Otherwise, they won't come up in front of the bigger car supermarkets. That's what they're doing to, you know, you guys. Like, you might have somebody else up in Weston-super-Mare or Dave up in Sheffield that's got the Super Premium Plus with the extra new beta edition, and they're paying an extra £1,000 a month than what you are. Whose cars do you think are going down the pile? Yours.